YouTube, it's your boy Alex, man. We're back in another video. Today's video, guys, we're gonna be covering Julian Newman. I've been watching this guy ever since he was in high school. Me and him are around the same age, but I heard that he was in college over the last couple of weeks. I heard that he's actually got an offer, so I mean, should be an interesting video. If you guys like today's video, make sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, let's get right into it, man.
After almost a decade of being ridiculed and memed all over social media, Julian Newman is finally playing college basketball.
I can't believe he actually got an offer, y'all, because like over the last couple of years, like his dad has been saying like he's gotten offers, but he never really received any offers. Like he had interest, but he didn't really have any, I think, actual offers. So I mean, it's actually interesting that he was able to even get something, but also that he's a freshman at the age of like 22 or 23. So I mean, that's just
playing at Bethesda
I think is wild, but
California,
glad he's playing college ball, man. But he's been kind of struggling.
The National Christian College Athletic Association. They're not even affiliated with the NCAA. So yeah, Julian Newman proved us wrong. He's playing college basketball, but he hasn't exactly had the start he'd been hoping for. Let's break it down. Like we mentioned before, Bethesda is not affiliated with the NCAA. The competition in the NCCAA is not good at all, but Newman is still playing in college, right? He's still getting some minutes. Well, it may not be what you expect. In fact, rather than racking up highlight reels, Newman seems to be putting together a reel of lowlights. In the first game, Bethesda matched.
Do you guys think that like if he didn't have like the internet cloud that he did over like I guess his middle school / high school career, do you guys think that he would even be playing at the D1 level right now? Like, be honest,
tallied 1 assist, 0 rebounds, 0
because I don't think that he doesn't have the talent. It's just his level of his basketball IQ and his play style just hurts his game overall, because he plays like a street baller, let's be honest. So I mean, that just is gonna hurt his I guess his game overall is what I'm trying to say. So
Julian wanted to
it's interesting, man,
and get more shots up this game, but he somehow had almost just as bad of a performance. He got 15 minutes again.
Here's a great way to level up your investment game. With high yield cash from Robinhood Gold, you can earn 9 times
like the first game, but he felt like not passing the ball this time around. He scored 6 points, but shot 3 for 12 from the field and 0 for 6 from 3, and went 0 for 3 from the free throw line. He did add 4 rebounds and an assist in this.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like his style of play, I just don't think would be suitable in this day and age of college. Like you got to be like a 6 foot and up type of point guard in order to be at least suitable at the D1 level. I mean, he's like 5'6", 5'7", trying to play like this the same way he's played in high school at the D1 level. So I just don't think it's going to work out. But it's only been a couple games. Can he improve? That remains to be seen, but it just looks rough so far. So here's what it is, man.
Technically do better, losing 90-59, a 31-point loss. Maybe in this third straight blowout loss, Julian had a decent game. Well, he only got 6 minutes. He shot 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3, and 0 for 2 from the line. He finished this game off with 0 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. In his fourth game against a school called the Masters, Newman played just 4 minutes but managed to shoot 0 for 7 from the field and 0 for 5 from 3. Oh, and in that game, Bethesda lost 117-57, a 60-point loss. At this point, does he just come into the game
losing 117-57 is diabolical.
So just to recap, Bethesda lost to the 4 games Julian Newman played in by an average of 53 points.
Have they even won a game yet? Like, as the time of this recording, this is like, I think, December 8th.
In those 4 games, Julian has shot 3 for 25 from the field, 0 for 17 from 3,
anytime this calendar season. In terms of like 2024, they've been on one for the rest of the year. That's crazy.
And 33% from the free throw line. He is averaging just 3 points per game, 2 rebounds, and less than 1 assist in 4 games, despite averaging 10 minutes per game. So yeah, his team is absolutely terrible, and he is playing absolutely terrible. He's one of the worst players on probably one of the worst teams in the whole country. If you can find a college basketball team that has lost by an average of 53 points or more in their first 4 games, please let me know in the comments. Many wondered what Julian was training for all these years, and after he showed us what he's doing at Bethesda right now, all questions were answered. For Newman, this was his last chance to show that he has what it takes to still be competitive.
Like,
and
he's
cannot be
playing the
left
same
behind by the
way in
basketball
high school that he's
world.
playing in
But once he
college. Like,
stepped on the
I don't know
floor and
why he
started
doesn't
doing
just
his thing,
switch
it was
switch
not
up his
looking
style of
too
play and
bright
just
for
play
him.
like a more
If there are
traditional
any highlights
pass
of his
first
time
point
so
guard
far,
type of
they
role. Like, he
sure
wants
are
to be
hard to
that,
find. He
like,
has been
I
absolutely
guess,
abysmal in
playmaking
his
shot
tenure
creator
with
like
the
they
team.
say in 2K,
Whether
but it's
that's
just like
because of
it's
a
not gonna
lack
work
of
at the
training,
D1
lack
level,
of
especially at his
coaching, or
height. So
lack
it's
of
just like,
talent, or all
I
three,
don't know what to say,
it's hard
man.
to
You
tell,
just gotta
but
switch
it's
it
clear
up,
that
Julian.
he's struggling. If you somehow
Especially if he
can't tell
wants
by
to
now,
get
this is a
minutes,
problem.
consistent
But while
minutes,
this
though.
is a
Like,
problem for the Bethesda
you can't
University
play the same
basketball
way
team,
that you've been
it can
playing all your
also be a
life
problem for many others.
and at the
Bethesda
higher levels
University
and
is by
expect
no means a
to
basketball
have the
school.
same
Heck,
results. You
Julian
gotta switch
Newman
up at
was
some point,
probably
though.
the first time that most people ever heard of Bethesda University, but it still holds a college basketball team, and many high school basketball players dream of playing at the collegiate level and never get to. First and foremost, Newman was clearly given this spot because of status. When talking about mixtapes, Newman tends to be pretty high up on the list, because seeing someone of his size and of his age go crazy against some decent competition is pretty rare. Newman represents a very unique case in modern basketball. His career thus far has been almost completely driven by social media, but with bits of basketball thrown in. It shows off the influence of the hype culture and how someone can get to the next level if they simply get popular enough, but this is even an extreme case of that. Yet, in some ways, it all makes sense. Yes, Julian Newman is simply not good enough, but neither is Bethesda, and having Julian Newman or not is not going to affect that decision whatsoever. You'll always have guys on a basketball team who are not going to be good enough to play at the next level wherever you go. Whether that's an NBA bench warmer who just doesn't have what it takes to be a star, or whether that's the kids warming the bench way back in middle school, but they still bring something to the team. Julian Newman is that guy
Dang,
for
I forgot I'm
Bethesda.
reacting to
He may
this.
not
But
get a lot of minutes.
yeah, man, it's
When he
just
gets
crazy
minutes,
to
he
watch.
might
I
not
mean, he's just
contribute,
playing the
but
same
one thing is
exact
certain,
way, like,
and
with
that's that he
no
brings something to
iteration
the
of
team.
change in
He
his
brings
game. It's
hype.
just
He
so
brings the
wild to see
Newman
it,
name,
man.
which
But
has been built up over years and
he
years
definitely
of
could
social
turn it
media
around, but I
posts,
just don't see it happening
mixtapes, and
anytime
drama.
soon. Because he's
Moreover,
been like
this
molded to
situation
play
highlights what
this
college
way
basketball
like over the
really
course of
is
his life,
today.
so I don't really
You
expect
have
him
those
to
who
change right
dedicate
now.
their lives to training behind the scenes, hoping that one day they'll be noticed, honing their strengths and improving on their weaknesses. And then there are the Julian Newmans of the world. They rely very heavily, almost solely, on their being, and the entertainment aspects that come with having a guy like him around makes them honestly a little bit attractive to teams who would be willing to take a dip in talent. And then the final question comes. How much entertainment, or hype, makes up for a lack of talent? How do you balance that? Because without a marketable player, it's hard to get fans into seats. People like the players that bring the hype with them, at least those who are not diehard fans do. It's a double-edged sword, and players like Newman benefit because of it. We've seen some other cases of this, like most recently and most famously the Bronny James drama. The question of whether or not he's NBA ready is not yet answered, and he'll need to do a lot in order to get certain fans' approval, but other fans love him. And then there are the players that did get the level of hype that
But
have
I
been
still,
successful,
like, as similar
the
as
Ball
it
brothers.
is, like, I
The
think
Ball
the
brothers,
Bronny
like
James
Newman, started off
situation
their
is
hoop
just,
campaigns in the spotlight. They
it's
balled
more,
out in Chino
he
Hills,
has more of a
making
chance than
headlines while
Julian,
playing
though,
together,
because
all in
he
the
has a
public eye.
bigger
They
frame.
even got
He's
a
like, what,
reality
Bronny's like
series of their own
6'1".
called
I
Ball in
mean,
the
he's a
Family. But
natural
at the end of the day,
defender.
the result for the Ball
He's a
brothers was
playmaker.
way different.
You can at
It
least
all
create
panned
a shot
out
a little
as their
bit, so I
father
mean,
pushed
he
them
just
to be
has
the
more
best possible
intangibles than
versions of
Julian, so I mean,
themselves.
he's just going to be
Lonzo,
able to be
while
at least
injury-ridden,
more
has been able to find himself in
effective
the
at the higher
NBA,
levels
paving
than
a
Julian,
path
but
for his younger brothers.
we're
LaMelo
just
has
gonna see
been
over
tearing
time
it
if that
up with the Charlotte
pans out.
Hornets and is on pace for a career year just a few years after winning the Rookie of the Year. And although LaAngelo hasn't had a true NBA career, he's still been able to find a spot in the NBA G League and Summer League. This shows what can happen when fame and talent mix, but for many cases, like Newman's, there's not always success. Julian Newman is a very special and unique case in college basketball nowadays, showing how far basketball and the hype around basketball has grown, especially for those who are not at the top in terms of skill. He'll always go down as one of those guys who never really made it that far. He'll always go down as the guy whose highest level of play was at Bethesda. But at least he'll go down in history as someone and will be a representation of the mix between hype and hoops for a long time to come. But what do you think about Julian Newman? Will he still be able to produce at a high
Yeah, so that's gonna do it for me, man. I know I didn't react too much, but just mostly just listen to Hoop Dungeon. But if you guys like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next